I actually do my hair on a Monday and that like never happens. So now let's talk about my outfit to go with the theme for today, because you know that I have an outfit to go with it. First of all, turkey hat, because everyone needs a turkey hat. So now I'm gonna explain to you the awesome math activity that we are doing today. I'm literally so excited for this. So you know what, like I am in an awesome mood and it feels good. Good morning, YouTube. It is a short week. We only go to school on Monday and Tuesday, and then we have Thanksgiving break from Wednesday through Friday. Very much needed right now. I'm very tired. Even though I did sleep in over the weekend, like my body's just at the point where I really need a break. Good news, I actually do my hair on a Monday and that like never happens. Other good news, 4th grade is providing like snacks kind of things for the entire school today. So we are doing tailgating foods. So I have my crock pot, which has my cheese dip in it. It's a pretty simple recipe. It's literally just like cream cheese, cheddar cheese, onions, bacon, sour cream, and a little bit of mayo. And that's it. And you just throw it on the crock pot, heat it up, eat it with chips, bread, whatever. So I'm excited for today because I'm doing some fun math activities both today and tomorrow, but I'm especially excited for today. So once I get to school, I will show you that. So now I'm going to explain to you the awesome math activity that we are doing today. I'm literally so excited for this. First of all, I got this off of TPT, so I will link it for you in the description box. It is editable, so I will show you the things that I personally edited. First of all, I have these turkeys, which have a question on them, who never eats on Thanksgiving. I am going to hide these around the school, like out in the hallway. So my students' first task with their groups, they're going to work in groups of 3 to 4, will be to go out and find a turkey. Once they find a turkey, they will bring it back. Then I will give them one of these clues. So there are 8 different clues that my students will collect throughout the math period. I actually edited these because some of the clues that were provided just didn't really work. So I actually went through and kind of created my own. So this one will lead them to where I keep the morning work journals. This one leads them to the science lab. This one is where my graded work goes, the nurse, the computer lab, lost and found, our recess cart, and then my classroom library. So as they come back with my 8 different groups, each group will get a different clue. So they're each going to be starting in different places. That clue will lead them to one of these envelopes. Now these envelopes, some of them will be in the classroom, some of them will be around the school, depending on those places that I just told you. So the ones that will be around the school, I put this little disclaimer on the front that said 4th grade students only, please do not touch, because I don't want students that are out and about in the hallway to be bothering these. But inside of these folders, each one has a different colored feather, and each feather has a different word problem. I have some multiplication, some division. I did edit these because some of the questions that were provided just didn't work for things that we've covered so far. So I actually went through and just edited and put in my own questions. So once they get the feather, they come back to the classroom, they have to solve this problem, and that will lead them to one of these smaller envelopes, which will be up on my board. So if they get an answer that is not on one of these envelopes, they have to rework the problem because all of the answers are on one of these envelopes. So once they solve it, they will find this envelope, and out they will get another clue. So obviously it'll be a different clue than the first one that they got. That clue will lead them to another one of these big envelopes, which will get them another feather. They solve it, it leads them to another one of these, and so on until they get all 8 feathers. This is the recording sheet where they will be recording all of their work on. Once they get all 8 feathers, their turkey will look something like this, and they have to arrange the feathers to answer the riddle. So who never eats on Thanksgiving? The turkey never eats because he's already stuffed. So I decided, because it's like a riddle, I'm gonna make it almost like an escape room for the classroom. I'm going to put a timer up on the board, and I'm gonna tell them that they have to save their turkey from getting eaten on Thanksgiving, and they have to solve the riddle. Once they solve the riddle, then their turkey is free. I don't have any doubts that any of my students will get it done in like 45 minutes. So I will give them 45 minutes. If I have to adjust the time, I will, because obviously I want them all to be successful and I don't want anyone to be sad if their turkey gets eaten. Like I said, this is on TPT. It was not something I created, but it is editable. There's directions in terms of setting it all up. It's pretty easy. What I ended up doing, because you kind of just put them in the folders randomly and then you match up the answer with this and then you rotate them. But anyway, so I ended up writing on here, so the feather that has stuffed at the top goes in this folder, and then this folder goes at the science lab. So that way, in between classes, because I'm gonna do this with my block 1 and block 2, then I'm gonna give it to my team teacher. She's gonna do it with her 2 classes tomorrow. That way we only had to make 1 set. In between, I'll be able to quickly set it back up and it won't take a lot of time. So now let's talk about my outfit to go with the theme for today, because you know that I have an outfit to go with it. First of all, turkey hat, because everyone needs a turkey hat. I got this from Target. It was like $3 in the dollar spot, and I think it's the best $3 I've ever spent. And then my shirt says, bring on the turkey. I actually got this from Jane.com, and because they have sales that like expire, I don't think I can link this exact one. I'll try to find one similar, but if I can't, I'm sorry. And then I just have one of these black skirts that I always wear from Amazon, so I will link that for you in the description. And then my shoes are from J. Crew. So during our study hall time on Friday, when I was not here, our students decorated turkeys, and they disguised the turkeys to keep them from getting eaten. And I wanted to collect them because I wanted to see what my kids came up with. And here are some of my favorites. I don't know if this is supposed to be like Dracula or a secret agent or what, but I thought it was adorable. This one is a minion. This one is a peacock, a bumblebee. I think this one is supposed to be a teacher because of the ruler, but she cut all the feathers off. And then this one is Santa. I just thought that that was hysterical, and they're so stinking cute. I have reassembled the scavenger hunt so I can give it to my team teacher and she can do it with her 2 classes tomorrow. I also had to reassemble this and get it set up for my afternoon class when I took my block 1 class to lunch. But I'm going to show you quickly what I did to make it pretty easy to actually put back together. First of all, I had students in my block 1 sort the feathers and sort the clues into the different piles so that all I had to do was put them back into the folders. And in terms of putting them back into the folders, I actually wrote on the back of the folder what like feather or clue coordinated with each folder. So this one, for example, says science lab. So inside of this folder are all of the clues that lead to the science lab. So all I had to do is match the clue to what was written on the folder. On the larger folders, I actually wrote 2 different things. I wrote what feather went inside and then where the envelope actually went. So this one says turkey and nurse. So this envelope has all of the turkey feathers, no pun intended, but all the feathers that say turkey. And then this folder will get put at the nurse. So that way it's super easy to reassemble the game. The hardest part is just sorting out the feathers and the clues. But like I said, you could totally have a student do that for you. And what I love is all I will have to store are these 8 turkeys, these large folders, these small folders, which I could even put them inside of each other. And that's it. And I cannot wait to do this again next year because it was a hit. I wanted to give you all an update. Like I mentioned, the scavenger hunt was definitely a hit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, was it chaotic? Absolutely. It was super chaotic, but it was a lot of fun. And talk about engagement, like my students were so into it. And when it got down in block 1, I had like a minute left. I had one of my boys just like, oh my gosh, we have 1 feather left. And like, that's what I love to see. Like they were so into it. And you know what, to get that kind of engagement right before Thanksgiving break, like, hallelujah, I am happy. My students did really, really well. Block 1, I only had 1 group escape, but they were also kind of, I had to shorten their time a little bit to get us ready for lunch. So it was kind of my fault. Like by the time I gave the directions and then gave them 45 minutes, it kind of overlapped with lunch, so I had to shorten it. But they were good sports about it, and it, you know, it all worked out. I cannot wait to do this activity again next year. If you have not done it, highly recommend that you do this. You could even do it as an activity when you come back from Thanksgiving break, because obviously by the time you see this, like Thanksgiving will have already passed. But highly recommend this activity. It will be in the description. Like I said, it is editable, so you could use it for any grade. You could even use it for like reading. It wouldn't have to be math. You could edit all the questions, and I just thought it was fantastic. So Today was awesome. Tomorrow I've got some more fun activities planned. My block 1 and block 2 are going to do different things, but overall, like, I'm feeling good. I am tired. I am ready for Thanksgiving break, but at the same time, I'm really, really excited. And after school, I went to Girls on the Run, and then I had to leave part of the practice so I could come meet with a parent, because she is actually going to come in and do a lesson on deciphering codes when we come back from Thanksgiving break, which I'm also super excited about. So you know what? Like, I am in an awesome mood and it feels good. I need to get out of here and go to the gym. It's like 6 o'clock. And then I need to eat dinner. Thankfully, I'm all planned for tomorrow. Like, I don't have anything to do, which is an awesome feeling. I'm all good on grading. I will have an assignment tomorrow to grade, but I'm in like a good place right now, and I'm excited and I'm happy, and hopefully you all can tell. And you know what? Hopefully this gives you some motivation for when you come back from Thanksgiving break. Like, we can do this. Best job ever. I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna end the vlog here for today, and I'll catch up with you in the morning. Good morning, YouTube. I opted for not doing my hair, doing no makeup this morning because I wanted to sleep in extra, and I think it was a really good decision. Now, I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of questions on my headband, and excuse me, I'm losing my voice, but my headband is from Naughty's. Now, I will warn you that they are very difficult to get. She sells them on Etsy and she only opens her store about once a month. You have to be following her on Instagram to know when she's gonna open her store, because they sell out within minutes. And it took me like 2 or 3 months to even get like one headband. I have another one that is like a white marble, but this one is like the pencil one, which is perfect for teachers. Super cute, super comfy. It has a little knot in the front. I love them. I highly recommend them, but they are very difficult to get. So I will actually link her Instagram in the description, and then from there is a link to her Etsy store. I'm gonna get to school after I get some coffee, because I definitely need caffeine to get me through the day. I am dragging a little bit, but today's the last day before Thanksgiving break. We can do this, people. So this actually happened yesterday. I just forgot to tell you all about it. When I came in, my second table was missing, and it's getting really frustrated. It appears it was taken from my room on Friday when I wasn't here, and it was put into the back copy room, which, like, okay, I guess that's fine, but like, can you ask me first instead of just taking my table? So now I'm gonna try to track down another table, because I did really like having 2 tables, especially when I have such a high class size. I really need that space to be able to pull small groups. So as of right now, like, at least I have lots of space over here, but it's kind of frustrating that like I am playing this battle where I tried to keep my tables. Next, I wanted to go over our math activities for today. They're not quite as exciting as a scavenger hunt yesterday, but they are great like application problems for math, which makes it real world, which I totally love. So this first one is going to be done with my block 1 class. Basically, they are going to budget a Thanksgiving dinner. They are going to plan it for 9 total people, and they have $70. So the first thing they have to do is figure out how much turkey and how much it's going to cost. So since they have 9 people and it's recommended that they have at least 3 pounds per person, they have to find the total pounds that they need. Then they find the cost per pound, and to find the cost per pound, we actually got a bunch of these circular ads from our local grocery store, Giant. So they're going to look through the circular and they can choose. I mean, the cheapest option would be the 89 cents per pound of turkey, but they have some other options as well, like if they want organic or all natural, totally their choice. But they are going to put the cost per pound and multiply it by the total pounds to find the total cost for the turkey. Then they can take whatever money they have left and they can spend that on side items or just other things that they want to have at their Thanksgiving dinner. So they have to put the side item, the quantity, the price per item, and then the total cost, and they'll continue that on the back. Then they have to find the total cost of each plate. So basically they will add everything up and then divide it by 9, since they're going to have 9 people. Then if they have any money left over, they will tell me what they do with it. So I love this because it is totally real world, and they always love going through the circular ads, and these were free just to grab from the grocery store. So love that. Next we have my block 2. They are going to plan a road trip. So they're going to be using multiplication and division. They're first going to select the car that they want, and they have to pay close attention to the average highway mileage. They're going to fill out the bottom part, and they can pick up to 4 people to take with them on their road trip. And then on the back, they have to pick at least 3 different stops on their way to California. And so they'll figure out the mileage, the price per gallon, and then their gas expense. They will add it all up. And they've got room down here to show their work. Then they have to pick out snacks for the road trip. So they have to have at least 3 snacks and 1 drink per person. They have to calculate all that and round to the nearest dollar. They will add that with their gas expense. And then back here, because they're going to be splitting it with the other people they're traveling by or traveling with, they will then divide it by either 5 if they're taking 4 people, or 4 if they're taking 3 people, and so on. And so they find the total cost per person for the trip. So even though this isn't technically Thanksgiving related, a lot of people travel during Thanksgiving, so it is still applicable to their lives and something they could possibly have to plan for in the future. Block 1 is now done. I just took my students to lunch. The circular activity and then planning a Thanksgiving meal went really, really well. It is a little bit of a challenging activity because my students kind of struggle with like determining the quantity that they need, and they have to round the dollar amount to the next dollar, and it's a little bit of a challenging activity, but I will say they were highly engaged. They loved it. They each had their own circular, which makes it that much easier, so they're not like sharing with someone else. And overall, very happy that I did it. My students have been very engaged, and I love that it's a real world application. And even some of my students were looking in the circulars and they're like, "Oh, there's a coupon, Miss Ferré, can I take this home to my parents?" I was like, yes, have at it. So at this point, I'm just hanging in there. I am very tired and I feel like I have no energy, and I just feel very blah. Like, hopefully you know what I mean by that. Like, I feel like I just need to go back to bed, and I feel like it's because my body has like reached its limit. Like, I'm burnt out. I need a break desperately. And it's funny because my students can tell. They're all like, "Miss Ferré, like, you look very tired." I'm like, that's because I am very tired. So I'm trying to just keep, you know, uplifting mood, and I'm trying to stay positive, and I'm trying to maintain energy and enjoy the time with my kids, but at the same time I'm kind of surviving at this point. Like, I'm just very wiped out and I'm dragging, and you know what? We're gonna get there. It's all good. I will catch up with you at the end of the day. It is now the end of the day. My block 2 with the planning a road trip activity, they did pretty well. They needed some assistance with determining like the cost of the gas, because they had to take the mileage and they had to divide it by the miles per gallon that their car gets, and then they had to take that number, which was the number of gallons that they needed, and they had to multiply it by the price of the gas. So it was a little bit intensive. However, most of my students finished, and I had a student who was like, "Miss Ferré, this was really fun," and that's what matters to me. So overall, I feel like yesterday and today have been fun. I feel like I've had engaging lessons, which I've really, really enjoyed, and they've been great like application type of lessons and problems, and I really like that because it helps my students understand the relevancy of what they are actually learning. Right after school, I went ahead and graded the check for understandings that my students did in science today, put those in the grade book. I've kind of cleaned up my room a little bit, and I am ready to get out of here because during my planning time today, I actually got Monday for when I return from break planned, so I'm ready to go. I do have to prepare a professional development over Thanksgiving break because I'm going to be running a professional development on something technology based for the teachers as the e-coach. But that's fun stuff. I enjoy doing that. I don't really mind. Otherwise, it's basically just gonna be all grad school work. I wanna try to get through quite a few assessments. So I will be very busy, but I will definitely enjoy the downtime. I'm going to sleep in tomorrow and I cannot wait. If you enjoyed this vlog, despite the fact that it was short because it was only 2 days, please, please, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, hit the subscribe button while you are at it and the notification bell so that you are notified every time I post a new video. As always, thank you for watching. I love you all so, so much. Don't forget to think positive, and I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video and for supporting my YouTube channel. If you want to check out any of my older videos, you can use the 2 links right down here. If you want to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos, you can use the link right up here. The links to all of my social media sites, my Teachers Pay Teacher store, my merchandise store, and my Amazon store are in the description box, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this video and for supporting my YouTube channel. If you want to check out any of my older videos, you can use the 2 links right down here. If you want to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos, you can use the link right up here. The links to all of my social media sites, my Teachers Pay Teacher store, my merchandise store, and my Amazon store are in the description box, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.